Our top focus at this hour, cities in China are currently reeling under strict lockdown measures as a result of the government's zero-COVID policy. And now the head of the WHO has said that China's zero-COVID policy is not sustainable given the character of the virus.
When we talk about the zero-COVID strategy, we don't think that it's sustainable considering the behavior of the virus now and what we anticipate in the future. And especially when we have now a good knowledge, understanding of the virus, and when we have good tools to use, transiting into another strategy will be very important.
China's zero-COVID policy has come under criticism from scientists as well as citizens. Under such a policy, authorities lock down large population areas to curb the rapid spread in response to any kind of coronavirus outbreak, even if it is just a small number of people who are testing positive. In Shanghai, residents are allowed out of compounds only for exceptional reasons, such as a medical emergency. Many are not even allowed out of their front doors to mingle with neighbors. The city's quarantine policy is also under criticism for separating children from parents. Following Shanghai-like measures, parks, shopping malls and restaurants are shut down in Beijing too. Residents continue to participate in mass COVID-19 testings. In some areas, residents are restricted from leaving their neighborhoods altogether. Meanwhile, the WHO's Emergencies Director, Mike Ryan, said that the impact of the zero-COVID policy on human rights also needs to be taken into consideration, along with the effect on the country's economy.
It is important to reflect on the fact that China's only had just over 15,000 deaths during the whole pandemic. So in that sense, China had something to protect. And certainly over the last, since February, March, there was a rapid rise in deaths. So therefore, any government in that situation will take action to try and combat that. But all of those actions, as we've said since the beginning, should show due respect to individual and human rights. And
Mike Ryan said that repeated virus outbreaks proved how difficult it is to stop the spread of the highly transmissible Omicron variant. And as per the WHO data, China has reported around 1 million cases and more than 15,000 related deaths. For more details, our correspondent Patrick Falk has sent us the latest from Beijing. Take a look.
Well, there were 56 new cases of infection reported on Wednesday here in Beijing, bringing the total number of cases since April 22nd, when the latest curbs on movements were introduced, to just under 900. It's fair to say that in all likelihood, these measures have helped limit the number of infections there have been in the capital. But at the same time, the new cases have stubbornly refused to go down. Separately, today, China's foreign ministry lashed out at the World Health Organization after its head, Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, said that China's zero-COVID policy was unsustainable in the long run. Spokesperson Zhao Lijian accused him of making irresponsible remarks and also urged the WHO to view China's policy objectively. It's worth noting the WHO was not saying that China's approach was without merit, but was saying that it was unsustainable, knowing what we know about the behavior of the virus, and particularly also taking into consideration that the rest of the world is now essentially trying to live with COVID-19. Infectious diseases head Mike Ryan also said that human rights needed to be taken into consideration, as well as the effect this approach was having on the Chinese economy as well.
WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.